collaborate some services together with the community, put her out there and uplift her, and we believe in helping each other, so it's a good thing, it's a good union. And I really enjoyed you today, so we need you when you come back.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I'd be honored.
We really enjoyed you today. I hope our listeners enjoyed this, Angela.
Awesome job, awesome
Thank
job.
you. Thank you.
We have,
And she light on the eyes. Ain't that right, John and Carter? Y'all fuck yourself. Sit down somewhere, loose here! Come on, go ahead.
I'm gonna lay hands in.
I am, in the studio.
I want to say hi to Micah Anderson. Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Get well, Mike.
Mike, we miss you. Our friend Faye in Atlanta, Kiva in Chicago,
Yay.
Terry Lumpkin, get well.
Her and Barbara and Ernestine. My grandmama, her mama, she ain't nothing nice. She know everybody in church business. I said, how you
How
know?
old is she?
On Facebook. She got a Facebook page.
How old is she?
76.
Yeah, my mama got one.
Ooh, she ain't nothing nice. She know everybody business. I be on Facebook.
As you going to a party, what you saying? Like, I saw it on Facebook. She's my friend's friend.
She is a mess. But
Yeah, she is. I want to say congratulations to the United States women's soccer team.
Soul Sister #1.
They did that thing over there. They whooped some people. The soccer team.
Oh, soccer. Oh.
Jesus, stay with me.
Soul Sisters on the soccer field.
Yeah, no. Hey, and then what was really good, one of the star players, when they won and she kicked the goal, she ran in the stands, and guess who she kissed?
Who?
Oh, wife.
Loose here!
She was like,
Deuteronomy.
And so they caught that on camera. And
How did she kiss her? Like,
yeah. She put a sloppy knock on her.
my cousin kissed me like that one time. You know how you walk up and try to kiss on the jaw? She said, loose here! She gave me a slobber knocker, my cousin.
Hey, y'all did Elvis Presley.
It tastes like whiskey.
Kissing cuz.
She gave me a good one.
You know what they say about folks in Tennessee? Don't reinforce the stereotype.
Go ahead.
Oh, you silly. And as I was trying to say, big congratulations to Serena Williams. She did a Serena Slam today.
She sure did. That was awesome.
Yeah, she whooped some butt, and she got one more. And this feat hasn't been accomplished since 1978 when Steffi Graf did it. So Serena is on her way to cementing herself into the Hall of Fame in tennis. She's already there. I think she's still #1, so she's doing her thing. Some people tried to comfort her and say she looked like a man, but Serena's fine.
And that Drake old lady.
Who?
Drake.
Coming.
Well, Drake was at the game today.
She might be trying to get in where he fit in at.
I think her and Drake creeping.
Maybe Rihanna.
It ain't cheating if you don't get caught. Okay, come on. We got 10 minutes.
What's the boo thing?
John said a boo thing is a... He said a boo thing was a concubine. That ain't no boo thing. A boo thing is somebody I can call at night, give me some life benefits.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just about what somebody told me, so I guess I got this information.
And you
I was
said...
quoting the wrong source.
You are.
You believe in traditional marriage, John?
Yes.
Concubines, baby. Concubines and wives and property. I do too. The freaks come out at night.
How long is common law? Is it 10 years? Okay.
Something like
Something
that.
like that.
7? Okay.
So,
According to State Farm.
this was our bone this week. Me, Robert, and I'm with the millennials on this right here.
Okay.
The View had this big discussion. And they were talking about the bakery that was fined $135,000 for refusing to bake this cake for the LGBTQ, this gay couple. And this actually happened last year. So the big debate was, is that a violation of one person's right to refuse services, or is it not? So they had this big argument between one of Candace Burr, and she's from Full House. She's a grown woman now, and Raven Simone. And they went head to head on two opposing beliefs into one another on the segment of The View. And it got really hot. It was all over the internet, and everybody was talking about it. So I took issue really with both of them on the discussion. And the reason that I took issue with both of them, because I don't think that they really had the credibility to even talk or speak on this subject from the way that they were arguing the issue. Because Raven Simone doesn't identify herself as being black. She doesn't identify herself as being white. She doesn't identify herself as being straight or gay. So she's all over the place, all on the fence. But it's widely known that she does date a woman. So she took issue and wanted to say what you can and can't do with your business. And the other lady said that what you can and you can't do with your business all under religious freedom.
All right.
So my argument is Raven Simone, she needs to take several seats and sit down, because she has ruined any type of credibility. Nobody listens to her anymore because of the things that she says, and she disappears when she's asked her opinion on a subject. She disappears when she's asked on a subject. As on Oprah, she says she doesn't identify with being black, and they asked her about her sexuality. She doesn't identify with anything. She says she's just a spirit out here just roaming around.
Well, let me tell you what happened.
Okay, come on.
In the words of Brother Malcolm, the chickens came home to roost because her privilege of her being a millionaire, her privilege of her being on what's the show before The View, the Cosby Show. All of that showed her that her privilege didn't mean nothing, and still don't mean nothing in the certain eyes of certain individuals in America. And as far as the other lady, her privilege she has in life, she hadn't gone through anything like this before, so it don't matter to her because. In my book, in Webster's book, discrimination is the practice of unfair treating of a person or a group of people differently from any other people. I understand religious freedom. You have religious freedom, but if you have a business and your business is open to the public and you're giving a customer service, you cannot tell a person, you cannot come in my business because of my religious belief. You can't do that.
Well, they've been doing it.
Now, on the flip side, if you do this, I'm not going to come and I'm going to file a lawsuit against you. But I blame these individuals for soliciting and doing business with these people who don't want your money. If you don't want my money, I'm not going to give it to you. It's simple as that.
But go ahead.
I think when it comes to businesses...
So who are you?
Oh, I'm Robert Woods. I'm from Marion, Arkansas.
We can tell. You got cows and chicken back there. Go on, boy. Go on now.
But when it comes to businesses, if they don't want, this is my personal opinion, if they don't want to have our money, okay, that's fine. But they should put it on their websites, and they should have a sign on their door that says, we do not cater to gay people.
But what I'm thinking, can they do that? I don't think they can, because then you're like opening a whole nother can of worms, and then you're going back into the era of segregation.
True.
When you said businesses wouldn't allow blacks in, and you can't drink out the water fountain, you can't sit in the front of the bus, you can't come in the movies, you got to go through the back door, you can't stay in a hotel. So if you go out to one group, then isn't that the Civil Rights 1964 Act? Doesn't that cover that?
I think we should. That's why, hopefully, Obama. I know he's been really supportive of the LGBT.
President.
Oh, he's sensitive about him.
Absolutely.
President Obama.
Thank you, brother.
There should. I know he passed the Matthew Shepard Act, which basically doesn't allow discrimination against LGBT people as a hate crime. But there should be a law that says you cannot discriminate against LGBT people based on their sexual orientation, business-wise. So. Hopefully he kind of, fixes that. But my issue with Raven Simone, I grew up watching Raven. I mean, she had That's So Raven and everything. And when she came out the closet, quote unquote, she specifically said, I do not want to be called a lesbian because there's a stigma. So she has the platform to change that stigma. And my problem with that is she didn't take that initiative to do that. And she's been going to all these gay events, and she's been the headline, but she doesn't even want to call herself gay. So.
Well, once again, this privilege. People have privilege in America, and especially us with monies, we have privilege. But those people, those other people, are going to show you your privilege don't mean doodly squat in America, because they're going to show their true colors when you begin to talk about race in America, because America is not ready to talk about race in America. We're not ready to have that conversation, because if we do, it's going to be a civil war all over again, because they cannot handle it.
Race is that we shy away from sexuality.
We do.
We definitely shy away from sexuality. That was one of those that speech that a segment of that speech or excerpt from the two pastors that I put on my Facebook page when they delivered the message to the congregation. And these were two prominent preachers, pastors, really large congregation, and they were talking about the Marriage Equality Act and how their members wanted them to speak on it, and they wanted them to be in opposing views. But they talked about the Constitution and what the Constitution guarantees you. And one staple statement that he said is that President Obama is the president of the United States. He's not the pastor of the United States. So this has nothing to do with your religion. This has everything to do with the Constitution. And what the Constitution guarantees you, that everybody is created equal, not the Bible. So we're talking about two different standards and statuses here. And people want to group them together because our Constitution was said church and state would remain separate. And when you put those two together, then you're on another slippery slope. And people forget that. They often forget that, and they want to say that I can do this because of my religion. But you can't do that because the Constitution says you can't.
Well, guess what?
What? Come on.
I'm gonna use my religion to justify slavery. It says in Leviticus,
Come on.
as for you, male and female, the slaves you have, they say you supposed to obey your master, so go back to slavery. Now what? That's my religious freedom. Isn't that something?
A lot of people took that stance too.
And they did, and they still try.
It took us almost 500 years.
Yeah. Slaves, obey your earthly master with fear and trembling. What?
Let people go.
You have anything to say, Angela?
I think it's all interesting.
It is.
It is extremely interesting because on the one hand, I can definitely understand the business owner not wanting to be subject to something that he doesn't agree with. But as a constitutional rights, I think the patrons have the right to be able to go where they want and to buy what they want. And I feel like as long as they aren't imposing any views or I don't know how you would be influencing the business owner, but just to come in and buy goods or service, I think everyone should have that right.
I think if I was a business owner, I would be crafty if I wanted to deny your service. I think I would be tactful in how I would say that I can't do whatever it is that you're asking for if it was something that I objected to. But another thing before we get off the air, I want to say yay to South Carolina for bringing that flag down. I watched that flag come down off that pole. And, it was a lot of people out there. The crowd grew from 100 to like 10,000, they said, in a matter of 10 minutes. And that it was phenomenal to see that flag come down and the color guards fold that baby up. I hope they hang it in a museum.
They are.
All the way in the back somewhere.
Stop that.
I do.
We have a caller before we get off air. David, you're live on KWAM 990 Talk Radio, Unleashed Voice. Go ahead. Hey, you got about 45 seconds. Come on. Hello, David. That's what I'm talking about.
You're absolutely right. And you know what? We have some fantastic weddings.
Hold on. Go ahead, David. What else you want to say? I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Loose it, David.
How about some rainbow money?
Take care. Thank you, David. I totally agree. Because my money is good money. If you want more of my money, you don't have to take my money. I'll take my money to the dog track.
Some bush beer. As I was telling Angela, 800 billion. Yeah, that's what they pumping into the economy, the community, the LGBTQ community. So it's a lot of dollars out there, a lot of green dollars, a lot of people out there, a lot of businesses, and it really boils down to just individuals. It doesn't have anything to do with how you identify, because you never know what I do if I didn't tell you, because I'd be in drag.
Child, you a stud. Okay, before we get off, sign up for our workshop, relationshipunleashed.com. We need sponsors, we need donation, we need your help. Help us out, help us out, help us out. It's July 27th at 5 o'clock. We're going to have our photo shoot. The seminar starts at 6 o'clock from 6 p.m. We have State Foreman in the house. Angela Foreman, thank you for coming. Anything you want to say, Mother Dearest?
No, Angela Foreman said she's going to help us. She's going to come and set up her table, answer questions, bring some more information for you so you can't get your...
Look at Carlton. He like that. Old freaky self. And she fine. Ain't she fine? Mama, what's Mama's name? Barbara. Barbara. Your daughter fine.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Barbara probably like, I know it.
He outside right now with a switch field.
Well, this is the Unleashed Voice. We'll be back on next week. We have a great show on next week. We had a great time today. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you on next week. Give me some music, John. Give me some drop it like it's hot or something.